So yeah, this in the YouTube couldn't hear me, but I think I will still have to be talking to you guys. So yeah. So basically, so basically for you guys, as I was saying, for those of you on the other stream. So I don't know. Okay, YouTube people are still coming in. Okay. So yeah, there are two. Like I said, for you to live in Kuwait with your family, I think I have to be straight with this now. There are certain level of, you have to have certain level of job. You can't, if you're not earning up to 800 KD, you cannot bring your wife, you cannot bring your children to Kuwait. So it's a standard for them, right? It's a standard for them. So for if you're coming in and you have plans of bringing your wife and children, you have to find another way. And another way that people do it is find, let your wife come with a work visa, right? So you can just do some sort of arrangement. Then she comes in separately as well too, and then both of you can try to live together. But meanwhile, if you're coming with a low income job, that is, if you're earning anything below less than, if you're earning anything below less than 400,000, 400 KD, I mean, there's really no point bringing your family to Kuwait. Alright, so yeah, so that's that about that. And then for those of you, I want to talk about what's visa processing. Visa processing. Can you guys hear me now? Is my voice loud enough? Is my voice loud enough? Please comment if you can hear me. I want to be sure that. If you can hear me, comment please. I want to be sure if it's low. Alright. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is just. Alright. Is it better now? Is it better now? Can you guys hear me now at all? May I have to cancel this live if it's not okay? Alright, so let me just go ahead. So there's a current trend that is happening in Abuja now, visa processing, and a lot of people are going through challenges of when you, after you've done your medicals, and then they are giving you time to come and submit and all of that. It's a big problem. It's a big problem if your visa is not if you don't if your visa expires, all right, your medicals, I just want to put this out there for those of us who are scared or anything. If your visa expires, that means you can't enter Kuwait with that same visa. But what you can do is to write to your company again to see if they can issue you another visa. Normally, it's not supposed to come with a cost, but maybe your agent might want to collect money from you. So, but I learned that you guys can appeal. They only give you a date that is not very suitable, so you can appeal for that date to be, move ahead so that you have time to do your submission and be able to, pick your visas on time also. Do you understand? So that's what you guys can do about that. One thing you guys will understand is when we were doing our processing, it wasn't this difficult. It was something easier that you can do. But most times, Nigerian and their system. I told you guys, last last time, I think last year or last 2 years, towards December period like this, I was processing my visas. They delayed us. They were not doing this thing they are doing now, giving you date to come and submit. All right, but you just know that they will tell you come tomorrow to come and to see if you can pick, and all those kind of stuff they were doing. Most times they just want you to pay. They just want you to sort yourself out and leave. And I had already booked a flight because when I was coming, I came. The initial time I traveled to Kuwait, that's one thing I wanted to, you know, talk to some people about. Some agents are crazy. That's just the truth. Now, for me, I went to Kuwait with a private visa. That means I didn't go having a job like the way some of you are going now. You have a job. I paid for a private visa. It was very expensive, and then I traveled to Kuwait to look for jobs. So the idea was I will come in, all right, um, and then have my civil ID, then start looking for jobs. So when I get a particular job that I want, I will now I will transfer to the company and then start working with them. But now when I got in, the visa they gave me, so apparently I had fewer days before my visa will expire. I think I had like 1 month remaining. I had like 1 month remaining before I entered Kuwait. And I entered 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I had done my medicals, but my civil ID didn't come out. And without your civil ID, it's difficult for you to work in Kuwait. All right. It's difficult for you to work in Kuwait. And the truth is that I got plenty job offers. There's a Kuwait bakery stuff, they make bread and all of that. I got job offers because I had like three CVs. I had CV in media, in graphics and photography. But these are the skills that I have, all right? So I had CV in education for teaching. So I would go around Kuwait to different schools, submit my CVs, then go to some what's it called, some companies also send CVs and all of that. Then from LinkedIn also I was searching for jobs, and I got some invitations, but then my civil ID was not ready, so I didn't have work permit, so I couldn't get those jobs. Now the agent, I keep worrying them, why is my civil ID not out? Why is my civil ID not out? And then they keep posting me, keep saying it will come out like this, to come out like this. And this happened for 3 months, 3 months, 4 months. I didn't have a job in Kuwait until I finally got one teaching job. That's because they needed the ICT teacher at a very dead end. So they employed me and I worked for them for 2 months. After 2 months, my civil ID was not ready, and I had to come back to Nigeria. So that time, we can't change them for the agents. So my uncle will have to threaten them with some Kuwaitis, with some connections that my uncle had, and how to threaten them. And that was how they now told us that my visa. So apparently, what they do is that um they have a dummy. I've said this before. They have a dummy job. They will open a company, like the way you go to Nigerian CAC and open a company, and then they use it and do that deal and bring in people. So they will offer you a job in your visa, but that job is not there. So when you come, you're supposed to go look for a job. When you now get a job, they can sign off for you, release you, so that you transfer. It's a transferable visa, so you transfer to the new company that you have gotten a job. But now, when they open those companies, there are certain amount of money that's supposed to pay to Ministry of Interior, as ministry in charge of labor and all of that. Sometimes they don't pay those money, and it will now make the company to close down, because when you don't pay that money, they will close down the company. Now, when they close down that company, you won't be able to process your civil ID. You won't be able to process your work permits. All right, so you will now be hanging. Now, this thing I'm saying is a big problem, because about two persons that I know were deported from Kuwait because of this. Now, they had stayed 1 year After 1 year, they wanted to renew. Now, this one is that that's why for anybody who, I don't know, anybody who, maybe you're watching this now, maybe you later watch this video. If you ever, travel to Kuwait with a private visa, if you get a job, succeed in getting a job, I just beg you in God's name, try as much as you can to do what transfer your visa to the new company, because most times after 1 year, when you now want to renew your visa, that company is no longer existing, so you won't be able to renew. This friend of mine, she was deported. On the process of waiting for, she paid lots of money, spent lots of money so that they will renew her visa. Agents will not always tell you the truth. That's why I have problems with them. Agents, fear them, they will not tell you the truth. Now, there are so many people in Nigeria now, because we are desperate, we are trying to leave the country by all means necessary. It makes us to be vulnerable. These guys, they will take advantage of you because they know say you won't run comot. So they come with the idea, they tell you that there is job. So when they tell you that there is job, you will now believe that anyhow you're running now. Sometimes they tell you in a month time your visa will be out. And then when you pay them, you discover that 1 month don't pass, 2 months don't pass, 3 months don't pass. Your visa is not out. That's because there was never a job in the first place. They just collected money from you. Then they are now hoping that job will come out, or they never get a link for a job to come out. So they will be posting you, telling you this and that. And if eventually at the end of the day they're able to, maybe when it does come out, which might take, if you don't give up, because most time they do this thing, they do it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Sometimes some people give up. You no longer start asking them. They collect small money, 200k, 300k, depending on them, some 500k. So at some point, maybe you no get strength to fight, to pursue them, or to follow up. That one don't go. But if you now persist, maybe 6 months, you're still on their neck, they will now, if somehow they find something and give you. Do you get? So these things, don't trust agents. Don't trust agents. Don't trust, except for verified ones, and make sure you know them, or at least you know somebody that know them. That's why I've told you guys several times. I said I'm not a travel agent, and I'm not interested in doing agency stuff. Yes, I had wanted to help a lot of people, because some agents, some people that I know, I feel like I know them. But when you want to do dealings with people and you now discover the kind of persons they are, or they start giving you some kind of, when you start asking them for some questions that will validate the jobs they are telling you that they are available, you now discover that they are shady. All right. One told me about some jobs opening, and when I asked him, okay, some questions, certain questions, what company is this job from, he couldn't tell me. So I knew he was lying. All right. So these are the things that you have to be very, very careful with. And somebody said that his agent told him that the job, when he comes in, I think they gave him one job like that, and then when he comes in, that he might be able to talk to the company, and then they can change job for him. All these things are lies. They are lies. This is not going to happen. All right, it's not going to happen. So you guys have to be careful. Once you come in as a driver, you're going to be a driver. You come in as a security, you're going to be a security. This is an organized system. Kuwait is organized. Everything is digital. Kuwait is 100% organized. And if you keep your head cool and low, yeah, you will enjoy the country. And don't be carried away. Don't be carried away. The reason you can't process, somebody says it's not possible that individuals can process their visas themselves. Yes. Why is not possible? You can, if you are able to find a job. That's why in the community, sometimes I share job openings in the community. But these jobs I post in that group it's usually local hires. They want to hire people from Kuwait, right? But why I am posting them is because the contact of the recruiter is in those jobs. Their contact, you see their phone number, you see their email. Do you know what it means to have a contact of a recruiter? That's why I post them in the community. But you guys don't know. Somebody was asking me that this job is for people who live in the community. I said, yes, I know. But the number is there. The email is there. You have somebody who has the capacity to hire you. All you need to do is to write the person. Now your mouth now. Sell yourself, all right? Write them, sir. I know you're looking for somebody in Kuwait for this kind of job position, but I can do this. I have social experience, this, blah, 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 Put your CVs in such a way that they will even look at you. Let it be that they cannot bring you in because of distance, because you're not in Kuwait, because of the processes involved. Then the next, if they reply you at all, tell them no problem. But for future recruitments, all right, they can always consider you, that you can do this, you can do that. If possible, you can handle some fares yourself, you like your flight ticket and all of that. Just now, earnings, you just have to sell yourself. I don't know if you guys get. This is something you can do. That's why I said go on LinkedIn, go on Indeed, go to so many sites, search for jobs. You're going to get, if you get a job offer from a company, you don't even need agents. You will not even pay 1 naira. They will issue you the visa yourself. You probably pay flight ticket to come, but when you come, they will still return that flight ticket to you. All right, agents, why you are going through agents is because agents are going, and beside, most of these people you guys call agents are not agents. Let me tell you the truth. Do you know what is happening? Yeah, what is happening is that when our people here travel to Kuwait, they automatically become agents. That agent that brought them, they will now ask the person if there is job, they want to bring somebody else. Now that somebody else they want to bring, they become agent to the person. They do not even have direct contact with the recruiter or with the company that is recruiting, right? So that's why most times you see that most of you are paying exorbitant money, because you are, that the person that is telling you that he's an agent is working with other persons. And then maybe somebody tells him now that sorry, somebody tells him now that we have their jobs, all right. Then you will now see them, they will come, they tell them and say there is job. When you now give them money, they probably go back to the person, and the person has hired another person, so they don't have control over the job. They are not direct agents. So most of our people that are traveling here now, once they get to Kuwait, they automatically become agents. Do you get it? They automatically become agents. So why you may not be able to process these things yourself is because you don't have direct contacts with recruiters. That's why I am posting those jobs I'm posting in the group, so that you can have contacts of the recruiters, chat them, reach out to them. All right, they may not employ you for the particular job post, but for future jobs they can always employ you for future jobs. All right, I have been in Nigeria for some months now, because I had some things I needed to do, but my going back to Kuwait will be next year. And while I've been in Nigeria here, I've received 3 calls for interviews. These were mails that I dropped since last year or earlier this year. Some jobs that I've sent on WhatsApp, they have reached out to me. Although because I have a Kuwaiti civil ID and all that, so they thought maybe I was in Kuwait, but they've reached out to me for interview. One asked me if I'm around to resume, so that I told him I'm in Nigeria and I'm not in the country. He was like, when are you coming back? I said my coming back is next year. He said, oh, that they need somebody to resume immediately, right? So what am I saying in essence? Those recruiters, always reach out to them, write them, in fact disturb them. There are some certain things they will look at your CV and they will interview you. You never can tell. There's 2 persons that I know that they have got their job directly from a company. They didn't pay agent any money, and they are going to Kuwait, I think for engineering job or something like that. They are not paying, right? So it's not everybody that's actually paying to agents, but you have to reach out to recruiters to do that. However, if you're going through an agent, it's not like it's bad. All right, some agents are genuine. I'm just saying, be careful with the agents. Um, I'm just saying, be careful with the agents that you are doing what, that is processing your visa. Be sure that you know the person, or at least you know the person, somebody that knows the person, so that if anything's up, you can get your money back. You'll be able to, hold the agent tight. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you guys get me clearly. Yeah, because most times you may not have direct source, you may not have direct link to these jobs. Right? You may not have direct link to these jobs, but agents do the footwork. Sometimes they know someone that knows someone, right? So yeah, that's how it works. But be careful with them. Be careful with them because uh, you can travel from here to Kuwait and then be frustrated. After 2 or 3 months, you want to run back to Nigeria. That's the truth. You can still come if all things go well for you. Then when you come in, you see that you will be moving smoothly and that. So yeah, if any of you have another question to ask, I'll be happy to I'll be happy to answer that. I'll be happy to answer that. So that's that about agents. Like I said, just be careful with them, watch them fully, and then see how you can manage them. Another thing is for those of you who are in Kuwait, um, if you eventually get to Kuwait, this is more like an advice. Just be careful. Just be careful. Don't be carried away, with the city, or just feel say, Omo, I have arrived. Something happened with one guy. So he's a delivery guy. He delivered something to one company in a hotel. So when he got there, he I think he went to the restroom to pee. He went to the restroom to pee. Then in the restroom he saw a bag. That bag was full of money. All right? That bag was full of money. Yeah, okay, I'll continue about bringing your wife later, but let me just finish this story. That bag was full of money. And now, as a good boy, as a good guy, he carried the money, came out to the reception to look. I think he came out, went outside looking for somebody that owns, the wallet. And then he didn't see. When he didn't see, he now take it to reception and submitted it with them with the reception. Now guess what? Afterwards, the person who owns the bag, they came back and somehow arrested the guy. They had the guy. When the guy brought the wallet, they hold the guy because I think the person that owned the wallet had already said that he was looking for his wallet. So when the guy brought it to the reception, they held him and called police. And then when police came, they were going to arrest him and deport him. I'm telling you guys, this is real story. They already arrested the guy, took him to police station. They felt that he stole the guy's wallet. So the guy was saying that he was looking for his wallet, all right, not knowing that he entered the restroom with the wallet after peeing. That is the original owner of the wallet. After peeing, he left the wallet in the restroom. And then this guy this is a black guy, entered the restroom and saw the wallet. So when he saw the wallet, he came outside looking for the guy. And then when he didn't see the guy, he went to reception to drop it. This was his explanation to the police, but they didn't believe him. So the guy was now angry. So they said they were going to deport him and so many things. So he now said something. The guy now said, if na in good, na him go make am leave Kuwait. Say innocent. He was saying it in English. So some of these police not they hear English. They speak Arabic. So that's why I say be careful, because when you have issues with them, they will not even understand you. Even when you are speaking English, they will not understand. They don't even understand English. They speak Arabic. So that was one of the problems he had, because he was trying to explain, but those guys were not really understanding him. But when he was at the police station now, so he was saying this, that if it was his good that will make him leave Kuwait, that he doesn't mind, that they should send him home, but they should allow him to go home to pick his document and his stuff. So when he said that, one of the police guys who hears English small small now said he should wait, and asked him what happened. He now explained to that guy again. So the guy now told them, so okay, that they should hold on, that they should go back to the hotel and search and look at the security camera, because camera is everywhere in Kuwait. So that's how they went back to the hotel and looked at the camera. When they looked at the camera, they saw that the original owner of that wallet entered the restroom with the wallet but came out without it. And this corresponds with the story the guy said. And they saw that after he came out, the next person that entered that restroom was this boy. And they saw the boy came out with the wallet looking for him. This was what saved the guy, that they didn't deport him. All right. So I'm saying it to say, even when you get to Kuwait, you need to be careful. Be very careful. Don't be too, it's not Africa. Don't be too free with certain things, because even common accident you could have, or do as a driver, as a delivery guy, you might have one bashing with a Kuwaiti and something. Before you know it, they can say some things in Arabic and you're gone. They just don't want issues, and you can't have issues with them. You don't even win them. Do you understand? So be careful when you get to the country. Mind the kind of associations that you keep. Don't just, I've said this countless times in my videos, don't just hang around with anyhow persons or in anyhow places. I'm saying this because deportation now water for Kuwait. They can just pick you, even if your paper is correct. As long as you have done something that looks wrong or that seem, anyhow, or you go and pee outside, they see you pee, imagine peeing outside, you can be deported. Even taking photograph, there are certain places in Kuwait that you're not allowed to take photograph, like their ministries or their women, even in fact, even their indigenous. Don't just take photograph anyhow. Make sure that where you want to take photograph or videos, that it's safe. All right. There's a place in Kuwait City, one of those big towers. If you're browsing Kuwait, you see all those big tall towers. Yeah, we were there one time, and I wanted to take. I don't have pictures around there, but I've been in those places, and I wanted to take pictures and make videos around there, but we were warned. The little we did, we were asked to delete it. And that's because that was when I learned that when you take pictures in some of those places, that it's a problem. If it was the police that see you, they could just take you to station. And most times when they just bring you to station, if they are not jailing you, they just send you back to your country. They don't want nuisance in the country. They want to maintain the serenity and the peace. So anything that, or anybody that is like a nuisance or that's going to cause some kind of issues, you're going back to your country. All right. That doesn't mean that you're going to live fearfully. Just as long as you're doing right, you're free is a free. Nobody even get your time. But I'm just saying, be careful so that you don't just get carried away and do certain things we do in Africa. Or see their ladies, their young girls can be very mature. Like they are little, you're looking at them, they might be 14, but when you see them, they are looking big, like they are 20 something. So you have to also guide yourself before you start getting involved with them, and then you think they are an adult, or you talk anyhow to them. One call or one thing the person will do, you're back home. I'm saying this because I know so many of us are spending lots of money to be in Kuwait, and it would be very terrible that you just got there and one or two things just brought you back, even before you have been able to make the money that brought you. All right. So again, I'll be taking some questions even while I'm talking. If you have questions, you can drop it. I will always look at it. So somebody say we're talking about bringing your wife and family. Yes, I said before, it's not possible to bring your wife and family if you're not earning up to 800 KD. Everything I'm telling you, you can Google it. It's online. It's in their site. All right. If you don't earn up to 800 KD, you can't sponsor another visa. The reason you can't bring your family is because your wife is coming under your visa. Your wife is coming under family visa. So, for example, let's say you have a job that is paying you up to 800 KD. You're not paying much to bring your wife, because you're going to now be the sponsor of your wife. The way the company you're working for now, it's your sponsor. That's how you'll be the sponsor of your wife. So she's going to be under you. But before you can do that, they want to be sure that you're earning enough to take care of her or your kids. So that's why if you're not earning up to 800 KD, it's going to be difficult for you to bring your wife. But I said alternatively, what you can do if you're married and you really want your wife to come, then you find the way you came, you find another route for her. Either you're looking for a job for her there, or you find maybe through agent also that she can come in with a job. Then both of you can now live together. Before you live together, you will take your marriage certificate, go to the Ministry of I think Interior, of something like that, the appropriate ministry and court, and show them that you're married, so that both of you can live together. Because two persons that are not married, a man and a woman, cannot live together. It's a crime if you're found. All right, you can't live together in a house, so you have to let them know that you're married, so that both of you can live together. So this is just an alternative route for you to be able to bring in your wife. All right, but otherwise you can't bring them if you're not earning up to 800 KD. And somebody said, can they visit? There is visit visa, they can come, but then again you must earn up to 300 KD, I think so, 300 or 400 KD before you can sponsor them to visit. And when they visit, they only have 1 month to stay. After that 1 month, they are going back. If they stay more than that, they will be paying fine, and even you also will pay fine for them to stay more than that. Do you understand? So basically that's how it works. It's tough for Kuwait. It's actually one of the issues I'm having staying there. All right, because I wanted to bring my family in Kuwait, and I have not been able to do that, and it's a little bit challenging for me. So yeah, but it's a big challenge for so many families. There are some ladies that I know that have been in Kuwait for so many years. Their husband is in Nigeria, they are in Kuwait, and it's just back and forth like that. So it's not usually easy for people to cope in. Do you guys understand? So yeah, that's that um about that. Again, even if they find you also in all these um run scales, can't have any dealings with them. If they catch you, because some of Nigerian girls, some blacks and some a lot of girls there, even Filipinos, all of them, that they do all these ashy levels. So if you go patronize them, they catch you there also. It's a big problem. It's a big crime. So these are the things. Most times we are looking at that law of not allowing family to come freely, because when you bring in people to work, you're supposed to allow them to at least stay with their family. They can't just stay without being with their families. It's not going to be too easy for them. Do you understand? So that's that about that. So yeah, any other person have anything to? I thought somebody wanted to ask a question before. Okay, so I was asking if you can go through agents or something. So guys, again, for those of you who are still processing your visa and everything, I've told you guys, make sure you book your flight on time to help yourself save some money. And we have red zone, like this is a very festive period. So if you're booking your flight from 1st January to 15th January, it's actually a red zone. So tickets are going to be high because of that period. They know that people traveled for X months, and from between 1st of January to 15th of January, people will be going back to their respective places. So ticket price is usually high at this period, right? Yeah, but if your visa expiration extends more than January, or advise you book towards ending of January or first week of February, so you can have a cheap flight to go. Now the flight tickets around now, for some people that have tried to help check to book for some, flight ticket around now is around 900 and something k, some 1M, depending on the date you're booking. So it's pretty high. The same Kuwait, you can also, what are the privileges for foreigners? The same Kuwait also, you can travel with 400k or 500k if it's during the period that the price is not very very high. Okay, so yeah, what are the privileges for foreigners? Well, if you're asking what privileges that the country offers you, I would say first is the privilege to come and work in their country. So you are in Kuwait, you have the opportunity to work in Kuwait. You have security. They make sure that, I mean, you're secure. At 2 o'clock a.m., like in the dead in the night, you can still come out and go and buy something in the shop. No fear, nothing. All right. So yeah, that's one or two. And also for some company that you work with, you have medical insurance. You have medical insurance, so you can always have medical access, but that depends on the job and your company that you're doing. All right. Basically, this is what the country can offer you. But the benefit or the privilege of being in the country, it's a lot, a lot. You meet people, you can have connections and so many things. There's one of my guys that was just in I think he was in he's an accountant in Nigeria. He used to work in a bank in Nigeria. So he was in I think in a restaurant or somewhere, in a public place actually. So he was making a call, and he was giving somebody, was helping someone in Nigeria, with accounting processes and stuff like that. So the way he was on the call talking, there was a Kuwaiti that was in the restaurant, or I don't know if it's a Kuwait, but a big shot that was in the restaurant. So his call, after he finished his call, the man asked him if he's an accountant, and he told the man yes, and the man offered him a job. The man said, "Would you come and work for me for 450 KD?" This is somebody who is doing delivery of 150, 150 KD, and said, "Would you come and work for me for 450 KD?" All right. So you see, these opportunities can happen. That's why I said, I've told people countlessly, say, always carry your certificates. Don't, just because you're coming in as a security or you're coming in as a driver, doesn't mean this is what you're going to continually do in the country. All right. Come in with whatever thing you're coming, but prepare for the next phase, so that after 2 years, when your contract is done, you can move ahead. Even 1 year, even after 1 year, if you have a very good offer, you can always go to your employer, see if you have a good rapport with them, find a way, see if they can release you and pay them. You understand? Most times you want to pay them to release you. Some of them can release you. So if you have worked in Kuwait and saved money, let's say you're saving 100 KD every month, and after you've worked for 1 year, that means you should have been able to have up to 1000 KD, all right, averagely. And then you have this job opportunity that offers you maybe 400 KD. You can always find a way to meet your employer and beg him. Tell him that you will pay him off. You pay him like 300 KD, they will release you. If you pay them 300 KD and pick the job of 400 KD, it's just like using your 1 month salary to switch. Sometimes they will release you if you have a very good rapport with them and beg them that if they can sign you off, but you have to be careful. You have to be sure that you have a good rapport with them or even know the person involved directly before that can happen. Do you understand? So there are so many opportunities that can come to your way in Kuwait. Now, everybody's destiny everybody's destiny is not the same. People's destiny are different. So that's why you can't totally write off every process or every opportunity. But it's an opportunity for you to try something. So when you come, put your heads down, bless God, and do what you need to do. Search, try your luck. They're not the key person. Try luck. It can happen for you. Do you get it? So let me attend to this question. Somebody said, is getting a bank job easier in Kuwait? I work in a bank and would like to secure one there. Um, you can work in a bank, but the problem, I've said that before, there are some jobs that you cannot do in Kuwait because of language barrier. All right. If you're fluent in Arabic, then you can. It's possible for you to get it. So if you're good with learning languages, within 1 year, 2 years, you'll be there. Start learning. All right. If you start learning, then you will be able to apply for certain jobs. There are some jobs that I see, sales jobs, marketing jobs. I don't post them in the group because they require um, bilingual, somebody who speaks both Arabic and both English, right? So you have that limitation. Now let me tell you, there was a school I was teaching um, last year. I was teaching them mathematics in the school, but it's a local school. It's a Kuwaiti school. I was teaching American school before, but this was a local school, and they don't understand English very well. So in the class, there are few people that can speak. Um, there are few people that can speak English. Others do not understand. I had difficulties explaining to them. So this is why most times these jobs require you to have Arabic language before you can take them. I will be teaching the students. Some will be making noise because they do not understand what I'm saying. Some understand, some do not understand. And I started learning Arabic. So I had to, while I'm in the class, I will say certain things. I will ask them, what do you call, for those ones that are understanding, I'll ask them, what do you call this in Arabic? They will tell me. Then I will use it to translate. Sometimes I ask them to help me translate in the class just to be able to carry them along. Now, imagine you're working in a bank and the people that are coming to transact in the bank, some of them are locals, some majority of them are locals, some are foreigners, but it's sometimes going to be a little difficult to communicate with them. But then again, if you have certification in banking and finance, because Kuwait works with professionalism. If you are a professional in a particular field, let's say you've worked in a bank for like 5 years, 10 years, and you have certificate in banking and finance. It's not like in Nigeria where you studied agriculture and you're working in a bank. If you're a professional in that field, you've done all the professional certifications in that banking field, they can employ you based on your qualification, based on the things that you're bringing into their bank. Do you understand? Then when anything that has to do with Arabic come, they will direct those people to Arabic speaking whatever. They do that also. So it's possible, but how qualified are you to get those jobs? You have not just experience counts, but they also look at your professionalism, your certificate, and your degree and certification that you've been able to acquire. So yeah, that can help you. So I don't know if that answers your question. So basically, prepare. If you have any valuable certificate that can put you in that field, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. Anything is possible. Even if you don't work in a bank, they have bureau de exchange. I think they still pay them well too. They're more like a micro banks that you can also work on. All right. Somebody asked me. He said most of the job offers 150 KD for delivery. Can the money improve after some time? Yes, money experience increases your, what's it called, your pay. There are drivers who earn up to 300 kd. I've posted that. If you're not in our community, you're losing. I've posted some of those jobs there. Some drivers earn up to 300 kd, some earn up to 400 kd. When you have done your driving for like 2 years, if you're looking for driving job, don't look for delivery, look for private companies. All right, when they see that you have been in Kuwait, you've driven in Kuwait for like 2 years, they will hire you. Some jobs, if you're in the group, I can post some jobs that you see that the pay is about from 300 kd and above with some other benefits. Do you get? So yes, it improves. That 150 kd is because they are doing mass recruit. They are just bringing laborers from Africans is even few sef. You see the way Nepalese and Indians are flooding Kuwait. When you want to go, I don't know if there's anybody here who is in Kuwait already who is done his medicals. You see that the day you're going to do your medicals, you see one that long bus that they carry all those Indians and all those Nepalese then take come and do their own medicals. They come in masses. So most time they are the ones that are really affecting this price because they are low income earning countries. So they pay them very, very low. They are the ones affecting Africans. Nigerians used to be one of the respected countries in Kuwait. They used to pay Nigerians very well because Nigerians do not usually do all this driving, cleaning, security jobs. It's our people that wants to be doing agent that is even pushing Nigerians into doing this kind of jobs. Most Nigerians that are in Kuwait come for graduate jobs, degree jobs, and a lot of them are there. They are doing very well, no complaint. Because most of the things you go through, those of difficulties go through, are those people are earning very low. You understand? So many people who have certificates, who has degree, are doing good jobs in Kuwait, Nigerians, and they pay them well. They respect Nigerians. Before in our country, just the scatter and just they get bad reputations everywhere. Before, our people do not do housemaid, they do not do driving, they do not do security. As a matter of fact, they know Nigerians to be proud. They say Nigerians are proud because we still get this courage and charisma that we carry everywhere. Do you understand? So that's that. So it will improve. The salary will improve with time. When you have worked 2 years and more, you start getting more pay and more increase in jobs as you continue to search. All right. So I hope that answers that question. Somebody said the food stock prices in Kuwait is more cheaper than Nigeria. Um, I wouldn't say cheaper. I would say affordable. I like to use the word affordable. It is more affordable. You can afford it more than you can afford in Nigeria. For example, if I stay like this, I'm hungry sometimes and I just want to eat. I'll just walk down and buy one barbecued chicken, one full chicken, and eat it for dinner. All right, because I can afford it. It's just like 1 kd 500. That 1 kd 500 is like where you're spending 1,005 or where you're spending, if not 150 naira. It's very affordable. Now, when you convert 1 kd 500, that's about 8,000 naira, which in Nigeria, it's not just something you can do to just come out and go and buy half chicken. Say you want to eat. Because to get 10,000 naira in Nigeria is not easy, right? But to get 2 kd in Kuwait is affordable, very easy, sort of. Yeah. So it's affordable. Food items are affordable over there than it is in Nigeria. And Nigerian foods also is high. If you're doing comparison, it's gonna be high, right? It's gonna be high. But if you buy when you start earning in KD, you find out that they are affordable. So it looks the life there is actually easier than it is in Nigeria. That's just the truth. Life in Kuwait is sweeter than it is in Nigeria. But you have to have a job and then you have to have a good job. Why it's like um, driving, it's very stressful is because of the hour you put in time. So you work from morning till they work like 12 hours, so that you'll be able to meet up with targets. Meanwhile, the people that do delivery, some people, if you meet your targets for every month, I think that's when they pay you 150. If you surpass your targets, you can still earn up to 300 KD if you really, really work tirelessly. So there are some people. There's one Ghanaian friend of mine who is a delivery guy. The guy makes up to 400 KD every month. How he does it? Now, before he got a job, we used to see in church, go to service together, go to church together. But when the guy started his delivery, we will not see the guy again. So when I saw him, I was asking him, I said, oh, mother, he had to work overtime. So he works even up to 12 midnight. It's like he works round the clock just to surpass his target. Because when he surpasses his target, he will start earning more money. So it's possible you can always earn more while you're there in Kuwait. All right. So I hope I've been able to attend to some questions. I just wanted to do this live today. This our first live. Subsequently, we'll be doing more live. I probably would invite more people to share their experience in Kuwait so that others can always have one or two things to go with. You understand? To have one or two things that they can learn from it and be that to help them. All right. And I have told you guys, if you're in Kuwait, please try and find a local church and join. There's Redeemed Christian Church of God in Samia. There is Believers Lighthouse Church. I attend both because Redeem is close to me where I live in Samia. Believers Lighthouse Church was the first community I joined when I was in Mabula, and they still my family till date. So that's my major church. Redeem, I go to Redeem because it's close to me. Sometimes I go to Redeem first because my Believers Lighthouse worship in the evening. So I go to Redeem in the morning. After Redeem, then I go to Mabula and to go and do service there too. And they helped me a lot. There were periods when I didn't have a job. My pastor, my church members, they were just helping me, giving me money, food, and support that you need. There was a day, even when I was looking for a job, one of the church members called me and carried me in his car. We went around Kuwait submitting CVs, looking for jobs. So these are the kind of support you can get when you are outside of your country. Not just going to join club, go secret club. I know you want to jive and do all of that, but you really don't need it. So find a community, find a church community, belong to them. You still feel like you're home, and then you get a help when you need it. And if you're not also in our WhatsApp group, try and join because you get informations there, you get help there too. If you need assistance in Kuwait, you need one or two things in the processes, you can always reach out to me, ask me. I will always assist where I can. And there are a whole lot of guys in that community that are wonderful guys. They can always supply you with information. Just drop your question in the group. Before you know it, someone who has experience or information will drop it for you. We don't keep information. I know some other traveling groups, they will always collect money for consultancy, collect money for all those kind of stuff, but that's not my MO, so I don't really care about that. The best I can do is give out the services I feel like people need, all right? Yeah, I feel like people need. And if you want to fly also, you need help booking your flight, you can also reach out to me. I can help you. I have affiliation with a booking company, booking agency, so I can always also help in booking your flights to Kuwait, to anywhere actually in the world that you want to go to. So I can help that and do all of that. I do all of this because I receive help, and I am someone who believes in goodwill. I believe that when you do good to people, it will come back to you. All right, maybe not from the people you did that good to, but somehow the universe will repay you. I have traveled to places. I came to Kuwait, um, not knowing. Okay, I have an uncle there, but I don't live with him. But I found help from people, from strangers that I don't know. Honestly, I found help. I found family, and I feel like this is people helping me. So why can't I help people when they need it? All right. So that's why I do the things that I do, and that's it. All right. Thank you, Thomas. Thomas is from Gambia. It's good to have you on the live, Thomas. You can join our community on WhatsApp. The link, if you check any of my videos, you will see the link of our community. However, I might still be able to post this, and I'll put the link there for you to join our community. In case you need help with your travel, with assistance or anything, you can always reach out to me there. So it's been a wonderful time with you guys. I'll book another time for more live, sessions so that we can trash more questions and discuss more things that I feel like we need. Thank you guys for staying to this moment. If there's no questions, then I might have to close now. And those of you that are streaming from Kuwait, sorry, I have not been paying attention to you guys, but today I am actually focusing on those on YouTube, and that's why I'm talking to them like this. All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to end the live now, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.